Good morning, dear students. Now, as we have learned about acids and base by Arrhenius, Laurie Bronsted and Lewis, let us see about the ionization of acids and bases as well as ionic product of water. As per the Arrhenius concept, acids and bases becomes useful in the study of ionization because ionization takes place in water, and Arrhenius has given us the idea that whatever the substance dissociates in aqueous medium and gives H plus is acid and OH minus is base. So, some strong acids like perchloric acids, hydrochloric acid, hydrobromic acid, hydroiodic acid, nitric acid, sulfuric acid are strong acids because H plus of them dissociates completely in the aqueous medium. In the same way, lithium hydroxide, sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, cesium hydroxide, barium hydroxide are strong bases because OH minus of them dissociates completely. So in aqueous medium, as per Arrhenius, complete dissociation takes place and produces hydronium ion H3O plus and OH minus hydroxyl ion. This is again also explained by Laurie and Bronsted. Laurie and Bronsted said that H plus of the acid, that is the proton, if donated, so it is acid, and this H2O in the liquid form is base because H plus proton donated from this H2O is accepted by this. So this is donor of H plus acid, this is acceptor of H plus, so base, and thus we got hydronium ion because when H2O is accepting H plus, then it leaves a species which is H3O plus hydronium ion. So it is called conjugate acid. And here A minus is left from this acid after donation of H plus. So it is left. So it is conjugate base because left out species. So acid when leave out a species, it is conjugate base, and base when leave out the species, it is conjugate acid. On this basis, for pure water, we know that pure water, that is H2O molecules. One H2O molecule when reacts with another H2O molecule, then one H2O molecule donates protons which acts as an acid, just I have discussed, and another water molecule accepts proton which acts as base. H2O liquid, one is acid, one is base. So acid gives conjugate base because here H plus is donated, so H minus is left out species, so it is conjugate base. And here H2O plus, H plus is accepted, and so the left out species over here will be H3O plus, that is conjugate acid. On the basis of this experimental reaction of water with water gives us the dissociation constant K, that is equal to product of the product H3O plus concentration multiplied by OH minus concentration upon H2O concentration. Here we have both the reactant H2O, but in denominator we will write only H2O because H2O is a pure water and whose concentration remains the same. So if reactant have two water molecules but both are of the pure water, so their concentration will not change and will remain the same. So we can write only once the H2O. Now for the convenience, the equilibrium constant of water is termed as Kw, which is called ionic product of water. When I say water, what is the ionic form of the water? H2O, that is H plus OH minus. So in ionic form, the water is H plus and OH minus. So these ion when multiplied, it will give us the ionic product, which is termed as or symbolized as Kw, equilibrium constant of the water. Kw is equal to H plus OH minus. We all know that experimentally when the electrolysis of water takes place, which you have learned in 10th standard, that when electrolysis of water takes place, the dissociation of water takes place as H plus and OH minus. With the value of H plus and OH minus, both are same because they have separated as cation and anion from the water molecule, and which is equal to 1 into 10 raised to minus 7 molar, that is concentration of H plus and OH minus is 1 into 10 raised to minus 7. This is the value calculated at experimental level. This is now compared with the ionic product Kw at respective temperature, that is 298. Temperature is to be considered here because ionic product depends on the temperature. So now we know ionic product of water Kw is equal to H plus OH minus. As per experimental value, concentration of H plus is 1 into 10 raised to minus 7, as well as OH minus is also 1 into 10 raised to minus 7 because the dissociation of cation and anion H plus and OH minus, it has equally dissociated from the water molecule. So 1.0 into 10 raised to minus 7 multiplied by 1.0 into 10 raised to minus 7 will give 1 into 10 raised to minus 7 raised to square. That is ionic product of water is equal to 1 into 10 raised to minus 14 m square, because both are the concentration value. Capital M gives the concentration in molarity. Now, concentration of pure water is always 55.55 molar. Whenever the concentration of pure water is not given, and if we need for the calculation the concentration of pure water, we will have to take it 55.55 molar, because concentration, it means molarity of the pure water, and molarity of the pure water depends on the density and molar mass. So here I have shown the calculation that how it is 55.55. On the basis of the density and molar mass, the density of water is equal to 1000 gram per liter and molar mass of water is 18 gram per mole. So molarity of pure water is equal to density into a molar mass is of 18 gram per mole. So for 1 mole, the molar mass is 18 gram. So when we calculate molarity, it is for 1 mole. So density into 1 mole upon molar mass. So density is 1000 gram per mole multiplied by 1 mole upon 18 gram. That is molar mass. Calculation of 1000 into 1 upon 18 is 1000 multiplied by 0.0555, which gives 55.55 molar. From this ratio of dissociated water to that of undissociated water is calculated, that is 10 raised to minus 7 gives the dissociation constant upon undissociation constant gives 55.55, and that is 0.0018 into 10 raised to minus 7, which is simplified in the scientific notation as 1.8 into 10 raised to minus 9, which can be considered equivalent to 2 into 10 raised to minus 9, because sometimes in the numericals the undissociated equilibrium constant is given to 2 into 10 raised to minus 9, which is the equivalent of 1.8 into 10 raised to minus 9. And this gives that equilibrium of water lies towards undissociated water. Now from concentration of H3O plus and OH minus, we can distinguish the solution that as per the value of H3O plus, if it is greater than OH minus, then the solution is acidic. If OH is greater than H3O plus, then it is basic. And if both remains the same, H3O plus equals OH minus, then the given solution is neutral. Now this is all on the basis of ionic product Kw and concentration value H3O plus and OH minus. But the concentration H3O plus and OH minus is well defined or is well explained on the basis of pH scale. So let us see what is pH scale. Hydronium constant, that is H3O plus, in molarity is more conveniently expressed on a logarithmic scale or on a logarithmic table, which is known as pH scale. pH is defined as negative logarithm 2 base 10 of the activity of hydrogen AH. How far the hydrogen is active in the respective solution. That activity of the hydrogen on the basis of 10 by the use of natural logarithmic table, when calculated, it is called pH of that particular solution. AH has no unit. It is equal in magnitude to molarity of H plus. AH, that is activity of the hydrogen, itself has no unit, but it is given the magnitude, that is the measurement value is equal to the molarity of the hydrogen ion, that is H plus. So AH plus is equal to H plus per mole into liter inverse. And now from the definition of pH, AH plus is written as pH is equal to minus logarithm. Just now I told pH is defined as minus negative logarithm to base 10 of the AH, that is hydronium ion. So here you see, as per the definition, pH is equal to minus log to the base 10 of the activity of hydrogen ion AH plus. Now putting the value of AH plus, that is H plus mole into liter inverse in the pH, we get a formula for pH is equal to minus log H plus per mole into liter inverse. From these also, if acidic solution HCl, when calculated 10 raised to minus 2 molar, it means its pH is equal to 2. And if hydroxide is 10 raised to minus 4 molar, then its pH equals 4. But pH gives the value of acidity. Therefore, for hydroxide we need POH, and we get POH, that is 14 minus pH, that is 10. So 10 is the value of hydroxide, which gives us the idea of base, right? Now water is having purity of 10 raised to minus 7 molar. So H plus equals 10 raised to minus 7 molar, and its pH will be minus log 10 raised to minus 7, that is equal to 7. So pure water is considered neutral because its pH is 7. So again, on the basis of this, the acidic solution, if H plus is greater than 10 raised to minus 7 molar, is acid. If H plus is less than 10 raised to minus 7 molar, it is base. And if it is equal to 10 raised to minus 7, it is neutral. So we can say acidic solution pH is less than 7, and basic is pH greater than 7, and neutral pH equals 7. Now as per ionic product, we know what is the formula of ionic product. Kw is equal to H plus into OH minus. Converting this ionic product value in our logarithm, it will be minus log Kw is equal to minus log H3O plus OH minus. Now open the bracket, you will get minus log H3O plus minus log OH minus. We know H3O plus is 10 raised to minus 7. OH minus is also 10 raised to minus 7. So 10 raised to minus 7 into 10 raised to minus 7, we have minus log 10 raised to minus 14. Therefore, pH of ionic product Kw is equal to pH plus POH. pH is H3O plus logarithm plus OH minus gives POH of the basic, and that's why the ionic product in the form of pH, power of the ionic product pKw is equal to power of the H plus power of the OH. 7 plus 7, that is the 40. In the earlier classes in the 10th standard, we have learned that when we need to measure pH, it gives idea about acidity of the solution, which is basically checked by pH paper and then by the universal indicator or by the pH meter. And here now we will calculate the value from the given numerical concentration, which will give us the idea about pH to decide whether it is acid or whether it is base. Because here pH meter or pH paper, suppose it is not there and we just know the concentration value, then we will come to know whether it is acid or whether it is base, even though no pH paper or indicator is used, right? In your textbook, we have one diagram on which a pH paper with color spots is shown in it. So once go through that diagram, that whenever you dip the pH paper strips in the solution and the color change when you will match on that color strips, the matching color will decide what is the value of pH of that particular solution, right? And here we will see now how to calculate pH by the use of the log value.